Hello everyone, hello, how are you? Welcome back to Bakire's Mission, and I am Mora Bakire. Some of you have been asking me, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and all? Yes, I am Mora Bakire. I am a content creator. I am married to one handsome husband, and I am a mother of very many. Don't ask me how many, but many. Previously, we talked about my journey of loss. Like I shared about my loss of my baby Eden. And yes, a lot came up, very many things came up, but very many questions, very many comments and all. But what caught my attention most and I want to talk about today was, so what are some of those things that you had most and they just made you feel worse, and yet these people thought they were making you feel better? Or what are some of the things you wanted to hear but you didn't hear them? Or, you know, just sharing a bit of that. I received an email, someone saying, my sister lost a child and I just don't know what to say to her. Something in line with that. So let us talk about just that. You see, child loss is a loss like no other. It is something that takes a huge part of you with it. Like, it literally tears you apart. It takes part of you with it. It doesn't leave you the same. And it's, if you know any bereaved parent out there, if you know a mother that has lost a child, whether to stillbirth or the child passed in their early days, or if they miscarried, it doesn't even matter. Even if the child was a bit old, 20, 30, it doesn't matter. There are some things that you don't get to say to them, okay? And you have to keep in mind that there are good days. What they consider good, the good days are harder than you can imagine. They are so hard. So what they need is your compassion and love, not your advice. Not your advice. I repeat, not your advice. Keep your advice to yourself. Don't come in telling them about don't do this, do that. No, don't. Keep it to yourself. And it doesn't matter how old the child was. It doesn't matter if the child was miscarried or if the child was stillborn. This parent loved their child and still loves this child as much as you love yours. Okay? So don't just say anything. I understand sometimes you don't know what to say to these people. I received this a lot and I still do. Like, someone calls you like, I really want to talk to you but I don't know what to say. Or people would come to hospital, even at home after I left hospital, they would be like, Mora, I'm here but I don't know what to say to you. I understand. And it actually feels good when someone tells you they don't know what to say to you. I believe that this is because they understand it is a huge situation, like it is a very painful situation. It is so overwhelming that they can't even get the right words to tell you. So it is okay if you don't know what to say. But just you want to say something, you just don't want to say, you don't know what to say. That is why I'm here. It is one of the reasons why this channel was formed. That is what the main mission of Bakire's Mission. Like I told you in the previous video, this channel is finding beauty in ashes. I don't want my baby's death to be in vain. I want my grief to be used to heal someone out there. I want my tears to bring a smile to someone out there. I want someone to feel supported. I don't want just my baby Zoe Eden to just die just like that. I want to help someone, because I looked for some of this information and I didn't get it. And in this video I'll be sharing some of the things that I hoped to hear but I didn't. Some I did hear them, and some of them I did hear them but I really didn't want to hear them, and they actually made the situation worse. Okay, first and foremost, this is the most insensitive statement you can tell a bereaved mother. Move on. Get over it. You know, this is so insensitive. this person has actually not, it is most likely that this person has not even digested the fact that they will never get to see their child again. And here you are with your move on, get over it. I remember someone texting me just 1 month after my baby passed, and they were like, you know what, Mora, I need to move on, stop over crying. I'm like, okay, where is this coming from? At that moment, I thought I was still dreaming, like I hadn't accepted the fact that my baby was gone. You get it? And someone is just, I understand maybe she did that out of love and concern, but that was so insensitive. You know, love is the most powerful force on this planet Earth. And believe it or not, the strongest love that exists is a mother's love for their child. Believe it or not. So don't just come out there and start telling a mother to move on from the love they have for their child. Because if you tell them to move on simply because the child is dead, that means they are moving on from the love they have for them. Dead or alive, this mother loves the child, and they're not going to ever move on from that love. So don't say that to a mother that has lost a child. It doesn't matter how old the child was. It doesn't matter whether the child was born and never made it to home. It doesn't matter if the child never made it to the 9 months. It doesn't matter if the child didn't make it out of hospital. It doesn't matter how old the child was. Just don't tell the mother to move on. It is rude, it is insensitive. And just don't say it. Don't say it, okay? They will never get over this powerful force of love. The other point, number 2, don't assume you know what a bereaved parent feels. Don't. Because to be totally honest, you don't. You don't know what she is going through unless you have been through it. And we both pray you never have to understand it, because it is the most painful thing one can have to, understand. So don't start assuming, like, don't come telling her, oh, I know what you're going through. It is, that statement is so common. I know what you're going through. No, don't say that. It is so common, and I understand you are just trying to sympathize, but this is why Bakire's mission is here. So instead of saying, I understand what you're going through, the better statement could have been, I can only imagine what you're going through. Because to be totally frank, you don't know what she's going through. So how about you say, I can only imagine what you're going through. You see? It sounds more comforting and better, because you don't understand. And don't assume that you know what she needs, because you don't know what she needs. She barely knows what she needs. So you can't know what she needs. How about you stop claiming you know what she needs and telling her what she needs. Like, you see, Mara, you need to stop watching shows that involve babies. You need to stop visiting babies, or you need to start visiting babies. Or you get rid of baby things, or you need to get out of the house. Don't say that. Don't impose what you think I need on me, like your beliefs and your thoughts. How about you say, what do you need? You would rather say, like, do you need anything that I can help with? Or what do you need? What do you prefer? Do you prefer, it's okay talking about it, like, do you prefer being around babies or away from them? Because mothers react differently to the loss of their child. So how about you ask, like, do you need to be around babies or away from babies? Like, it is okay, because this is something, like, support. Instead of imposing what you think and believe, just ask. It will be kind, and and instead of saying, I know how you feel, or just say, I can only imagine. Or how can I help? What do you need? How can I help? That is point number 2. Point Point number 3 is, let's talk about grieving a little. Grieving the death of my child, I'll use me as an example, doesn't mean I lack happiness and joy in my life. It doesn't. So don't treat a bereaved mother, like don't treat a mother or a parent that has lost their child like they are now something else, like they lack happiness in their life. You can't invite them to a party that involves children, or you won't talk about things that, come on, just involve them. They are still them. Yes, the death of her child or his child could have changed a lot about them, but they are still them. They still have a life. They still have a life. So don't treat them like, I don't know what word to use, but don't exclude them from celebrations and thinking you're helping. You're just making the situation worse. Okay? So include them, and if you feel like you are hesitant about including them in something, feel free to ask. Like, are you okay with this? Are you comfortable with this? Like, don't impose it, but ask. It's okay. And point number 3, I've given you like so far 3 things you shouldn't. So I think this is the 4th point. Like, don't feel bad talking about your own problems in their presence. If, yes, I lost my child, but it's okay for you to talk about your child in my presence. It's okay. It's okay to mourn about how they are giving you sleepless nights, how they are, messing the place around and everything. It's okay. Just because I lost my child doesn't mean all the other babies should go. No. That is crazy of you thinking in that line. It's okay. Talk about your problems. Call and tell me how you have this issue at work. It makes this person feel, still involved, and they have other things to think and talk about and laugh about with their people. Okay? So it's okay. Talk about your issues, celebrate your issues, and include them. The other one is the other statement that is common but doesn't make sense somehow is God will. You see, God will give you other children. God will give. Who told you? When did God tell you that? I understand you're trying to give me hope, and I'm a believer, so you're trying to remind me that God will do it. But did God tell you that? You see, this is why I'm here to to share and try to enlighten some things. Instead of telling me God will give you other children, who tells you I now want other children? How do you? What if the death of my child was too much of a blow that I don't want to have any more children again because I'm afraid of going through the same pain? What if? So instead of telling me, you see, God will give you other children, God will, it is possible, and definitely many mothers want to have other children after the loss of what the babies they have lost, but don't bring it out that way. How about you say, I pray God gives you what you want. I pray God lifts this. I pray that God gives you the grace to go through this. I pray. Or how about you you ask this person, how can I pray for you? Oh my God, that is one of the most beautiful statements I've had. Like, how can I pray for you? Like, Mara, I can only imagine. I understand you're going through a lot. How can I pray for you? So that is much better, right? Yes. So even if this person is a pastor, don't come telling them God will. Even if this person is an imam in a mosque, don't come telling them God will do this, God will. Just say, let us believe God for this. Oh, how can I pray for you? No, don't just impose it, okay? And And I'm saying this, I'm sharing this information, by the way, having shared with a number of parents that have lost their children, miscarried and stillbirth and all that. So it is not just me. I have done my research and consulted with these other mothers, and we all agree with these statements. They are offensive, they are painful and all. So the other common statement that I got a lot from people around me was, I told you, the one I lost was my second born. So they would tell me, focus on your firstborn. You've lost Eden. Focus on Zion. Come on. What makes you think I didn't love Eden? And what makes you think I wouldn't have loved the two of them together? So don't tell me. What makes you think I have less love if I have two children? For you to tell me to focus on giving the love to this one child. I definitely love her. I love my baby so much. But you don't have to tell me to love her and then unlove the one that has passed. Come on. I know I have this baby and I know I have to love her despite the fact that the sister is gone. But do you know how I feel? Like you're telling me to focus on her, give her love, be around her. But being around her, I thought I was being crazy, but being around my first child actually tormented me. Insane, right? But yes, it's true. Like I would keep imagining, like when I see her, for example, she loves babies, carrying dolls, I would be like, if Eden was around now, she would be carrying the baby and not the doll. Or she would get excited. She gets excited with seeing babies on TV, and then I would imagine she would be getting excited about being with a sister and a baby sister. You know, so don't tell me what to do. This is why I told you, don't tell me what to do. Instead, ask. It's better to ask than you impose what you believe. You believe that being around other babies or away from babies is good for me, but you actually don't know. How about you ask? And don't call our babies that have passed things. Don't call them things. Don't call them events. Like, Mora, that thing that happened in May, or that don't call them things. Don't call them events. If you know their name, it's okay. It's beautiful when you tell me about Eden. Tell me about your child, the one you lost. It's okay. It's beautiful. It makes me feel like, yeah, someone is actually thinking about my baby though she's gone. Instead of calling them things and events, how about you mention their names? And if you don't know their names, please ask what their names are, or call them babies instead of calling them things, calling them events, calling them the incidences, calling whatever you want to. Don't call them by their names or call them children, or ask. If you don't know their names, ask. Okay? It is rude of you calling my baby a thing. And very many mothers are like, can you imagine so-and-so's called me? I thought she's my friend. How can she say I should forget about that thing? She wasn't even born yet. You don't even know how she looked. Simply because this woman miscarried doesn't mean she loved the baby less. Maybe she had a name already prepared. Ask, did you have a name for this child already? What was her name? What name were you preparing for this child? So just ask if you don't know what the name is, but stop calling them things, stop calling them events, stop calling them, they are babies. If you don't know the name, call her a baby, because she was and is my baby. Okay? This hit me so much. Don't perform rituals on us. I remember I was taking a walk and I met someone I know. She had met me previously when I was pregnant, and then she meets me. She's like, oh, Mara, you gave birth. Congs, what? I was like, thank you. And because this person doesn't know, it's okay, because people always ask. It's okay to ask, hey, you gave birth. Congs, it's okay to congratulate this person. But then things went south when this person kept on asking, so is it a girl or a boy? I was like, it's a girl. So there were people around, so I didn't want to let them all know, And then this person insists, tell me, how is it? When can I visit the baby? How is the baby? Like, actually the baby passed. Like, I lost her, which was okay, right? It was okay for me to tell this person, the baby passed, so that she doesn't keep on asking questions. And guess what the woman does? The woman opened her dress, spat on her breast, and spat on the other. Whatever that means, don't ask me. But all I could see was someone trying to perform some kind of ritual and treating me like I was bad omen simply because I lost my child. And that is actually the day I shut up and stopped telling people I lost my baby. I would meet people, they would ask, hey, you gave birth, how comes? I'd be like, thank you, how is the baby? She's okay. Hey, Zion is excited. Oh, she's very excited. They are home together. Because I didn't want people performing rituals using my situation. Yes, I understand. Nobody wishes to lose the baby. Nobody wishes. I don't wish this for anyone. But again, don't perform such rituals. I remember even the people that were around looked at her with the questioning eye of, what did you just do? I am not bad omen simply because I lost my child. I didn't kill my child. No mother wishes to experience that. Keep that in mind. So let us be kind. Let us be conscious about the things we tell these people that have lost their children. It doesn't matter how old they were. It doesn't matter whether they made it to earth or not, or didn't make it to hospital, or didn't make it home. It doesn't matter. Let us be kind. Let us mind what we tell them, and let us stop imposing our beliefs onto these mothers. All they need is support and understanding. Okay, so I hope this has helped someone out there, and watch out for more. I love you. Continue supporting Bakire's mission. We are here to teach, to inspire, to build the world for the better. Okay, especially things to do with mental health. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. We love you. Thank you.